So hey guys, welcome back to the garage. This is a bit of an update video. I'm sorry I haven't been making videos for a few months. I've just been really busy and trying to get my head down with this. But we've made a huge amount of progress in that time, and I feel like we're getting really close to the end. So basically, let's take you through the bike. So here it is. It looks pretty similar in condition to what it was before. However, we've come a long way. So let me tell you about that. Basically, this is now the complete assembled frame. Okay, so this has all the new bearings in it, all new greased up stem bearings, suspension bearings, brand new YSS shock in there, over there, and basically powder coated wheels, brand new Continental Attack SM tires up front as well. Basically, one of the forks was leaking from this area over here because I forgot an oil seal when I rebuilt it. So what I did was I bought a brand new, not brand new, just a used replacement, and I basically just swapped the whole top strut, you could say, of that fork, because the other one was quite corroded, and there's a spare parts in there which I didn't really need afterwards. So there's that. Powder coated top yoke, powder coated quite a few parts, different parts. Seat cowl is finished. I wrapped that matte black. Maybe I should have gone gloss to match this panel, but whatever. We got nice little indicators. I won't show you the plate for obvious reasons, but the stock indicators used to be this big. These ones are very similar shape, nice 90s look, but much smaller. And then we got front mudguard. This was also very dried up and ruined paint, so I'm wrapped that a bit imperfectly, as you can see, but you know, it's fine for me, I guess. Discs are mounted, Loctited on, calipers are in there, got EBC double H pads on there. Wiring loom is completely finished. I did a few repairs on that, and that's all routed in now. It goes all the way through the back. Take the seat off. We got a brand new motorbike battery, which I actually have to register for warranty, but we'll get to that in a second. Only got it a few days ago. Put this back on. Another thing, the tank, as you remember, this grey tank that I had, I also have this blue tank as well. The blue tank was extremely rusty. That came from the bike in Pakistan. I was going to get that sorted, but I just didn't have the time. So what I did was, this tank is nice and clean from inside. It's still a bit bulging, but basically it used to be like really bulging outwards from here, and also it was kinked over here. I think someone used compressed air to blow out a dent or something. It's got a tiny dent there still, but I don't mind that. So what I did, I took it to some guy, and he just hammered it back in. So it's all nice and hammered back in, so it fits perfectly here. Before, it used to press down on this bracket, which is not good. So that's all fixed. The airbox also goes here, so it should fit nice and neatly now. Just yesterday, rebuilt the fuel tap with a fuel tap repair kit from Wemoto. So here are the old O-rings, and we got brand new stuff in there. What else? We got brake fluid ready to. I just need to order some Van Hill lines, because the lines I ordered, they twisted way too much and they were pulling. So I'm just going to order Van Hill lines which have zero twist, basically. So you put the banjos on first, either end, and then you can add the hose after, which means there's no twist. So we're going to do that. Also, I got the rear caliper bracket. That is the plastic, what do you call it, 3D printed version, and I was so close to ordering the CNC machining for that, but we'll get to why I left that in a second. But we got the Hell line. This is from an SV650 front end, I think, so it's the correct length to come up through here and loop as well. The carbon fiber mudguard is on. So yeah, there's just been a whole lot of progress. So this is now pretty much as complete as it's ever been. It's not coming apart any more than this now. Everything is finished, forks sorted, bearings, wheels, everything is just ready to you know, be put on the road. The only thing that's left is the engine. So I'll tell you about the engine now. Basically, I've given it to NS Motorcycles in Aylesbury, and where basically he's given me a quote, and that quote is around £1,000 to basically rebuild the engine, new top end, crank rebuild, everything pretty much, the works. The cylinder liners are all right, so that's all good. I mean the Nicosil coating, sorry, that's all good. So it just needs new pistons, top end rebuild, you know. Yeah, so that's all done. The brake systems are all done. So yeah, basically the engine rebuild is what stopped me getting this CNC machine, because if you get just one of these done, it's 200, and if you do multiple, it's a bit more it's a bit more discounted rate per item. So what I mean, if anyone out there is watching this and wants one of these, basically it's a Brembo, I think that's a 84mm spacing caliper. Usually the Tiger ones, they sit down here, but since the caliper is open from the top, I sort of, you know, wanted it to be up top just to be different as well. So I might, what would you call it, I might run this on the bike for now, the CNC machined version. If I have no problems, then I might actually, if there's interest, I might CNC machine 3 or 4, 5 maybe, and then put them up for sale. So if you're interested, just give me a shout in the comments, and then I don't know, I'll see if there's enough interest to justify that. What else have we done? Top yoke is back together, wiring is in. So yeah, we've got it all wired up now. So there's the lights on the speedo, there's a little horn. Yeah, I think at the moment the issue I'm having is with this little power valve motor. So I got this off eBay second hand, and it's pulley, I think it's on the wrong way, because there's 2 lines here, you can't really make out, but there's a fully open mark and a fully closed mark here. So basically what it is that this blue mark that I've made here should be within that range, but it's not right. So that's why when you turn the ignition key, it doesn't spin at all. But I tried opening this little bolt in the middle, and when you do that at a certain range, if you stop it and then turn the ignition key on, then it actually does cycle left to right like that, and then that's basically what it should be doing. So what I'm going to be doing is taking that pulley off and replacing it in the correct position, and then hopefully this power valve motor should be fine, which also means that power valve controller, which I've wired in there, is also fine. But before I realized that, I basically put in an offer on eBay for another power valve motor with cables and stuff for 50 quid, and that got accepted. So I guess I got 2 motors now, so probably going to fix this one, put this off for sale, and leave the other one. Need to register this motor back for the warranty. This is all ready. I think I'm going to put this on once we got the engine in, because otherwise this just flops around and it makes it hard to basically move the bike in and out. Here's the front and basically I did a bit of pinstriping. Basically this matte black area, it was uneven, so like it's here on this level, and then here it's slightly higher. So just trying to hide that, I used a bit of pinstripe to, you know, sort of move that line slightly, and it's worked to some extent. So if you look at it like this, no one will be able to tell, only if you're dead ahead of it can you tell. I put a white Suzuki logo on there as well. Put a brand new clear screen from China, £12. I mean, you can't argue with that. The other ones are like 40-50 quid. So clear screen I went for, because I don't really like the overly chaved matte black or gloss black type screens. Got everything wired up here. It's a bit of a rat's nest, but I think it doesn't chafe. I've used like them reusable zip ties, like these things, to keep them on there. I've got clutch cable in there waiting for it to put that on. So basically I have this RGV finishing touches box where I got some fuel hose from Wimoto, clutch cable, I got some breather hoses, the indicators for the front, which will go on after I've put the cowling on, which is after I've done the front brakes. But yeah, so I'm very close now. The engine has been dropped off and it should be done by end of September at the latest, I reckon. So literally all that's left after that is slot the engine in, carbs in, airbox on, power valve motor with cables on, adjusted. All of that stuff might take me a weekend or something, and then I guess the only thing left after that is to try and fire it up. I mean, yeah, one thing which is slightly worrying, but I'm not sure, it might be an easy fix, is basically with the tank on, I've realized that the left clip on full lock is much closer to the tank than the right one. And people say bent forks and stuff, but I think I found the culprit. I think it's the bottom yoke. So this steering stop, I think on the other side is slightly bent or worn out more on that side, which is over there. I don't know if you can see it, but basically that is allowing this side to come in further, so it kind of traps your hand. So I don't know if I'm gonna get a new bottom yoke. I mean, yeah, I might need to get a new bottom yoke just to fix that issue, new stem, and that would mean the front end coming apart again. But you know, I don't know, maybe I should go for an MOT and maybe they won't notice and I can fix it at another time. But yeah, apart from that, let's see if I can get a full view of the bike. So it's really coming together and it looks really complete now. Just the cowling on, tank on, engine in, fairings in, and then just little adjustments. I think I need to bleed these back brakes today because the system is pretty much done. It's just a bracket that needs to be CNC machined. So yeah, we'll get on with that. So it's been a little update, and I hope to have this bike, I mean it's end of August right now, so I hope to have it done by end of September, and then I might need to run it in over winter, you know, just a little bit. So my target was to get it run for this, get it done for this summer. I've just missed that, but you know, with work commitments and stuff like that, I would literally only work on this 2 days a week on the weekends, and even then I'm juggling around social events and stuff. So you know, it is what it is. But thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it's been a long time, but the bike's coming along nicely. See you on the next one.